breathing is very important. Obvious statement, but why? So breathing and heart beating, which are both intimately connected, right? The faster and harder you breathe, the faster your heart beats. The slower and more calmly you breathe, the more slowly and calmly your heart beats as well. And these are constant patterns of movement that occur throughout our entire lives from the moment we're born to when we die. So that hopefully kind of, you probably knew that already, but kind of saying it out loud and thinking about it kind of puts it into perspective, really. And so conscious breathing is just this really awesome, powerful way to connect our body to our nervous system. And by optimizing our breathing, we can really have a positive systemic effect on the entire body that is just too hard to achieve with any other single movement pattern. You can't have the same effect that is like having a positive impact on your body from head to toe with any other movement that you can with breathing. Now, what kind of breathing specifically? The breathing that I like to talk about today is called diaphragmatic breathing. So what is that? So diaphragm is this thin skeletal muscle that sits at the base of our chest, and it connects or separates, I guess, the abdomen from the chest. And when it contracts, it like flattens down towards the hips and creates this vacuum effect that pulls air into the lungs. And then when you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and it kind of pushes back up and pushes the air out of the lungs. So for diaphragmatic breathing, we need the contraction of the diaphragm, the expansion of the belly. We do deep inhalation and exhalation. And so by doing deep breathing, what we do is we result in a decrease in respiratory rate. So kind of the number of breaths you take, let's say per minute, decreases. It could be as low as 1 breath per minute. That's quite low, though. 4 breaths per minute is quite a low respiratory rate as well, and often one that you can see people use in intervention studies. And so as a result of that decrease in respiratory rate, what happens is we maximize the amount of blood gases. Or we have not necessarily maximized, but we have an impact on the amount of blood gases. And this is very important. I'll get back to this a little bit later. But so just talking about a little bit more about diaphragmatic breathing, one of the key things about it is it really triggers the body's relaxation responses that can benefit both our physical and mental health. There's no shortage of intervention studies that demonstrate how there could be a significant decrease in negative emotion with the use of breathing exercises. You can think of it as a non-pharmacological emotion enhancement tool that can help reduce anxiety, can help with depression and stress. It's not the only way to deal with these ailments, but it's a very powerful non-pharmacological tool that is very helpful. It's also been shown to help improve sustained attention, so you can focus on the task you're working on better. On a biochemical level, it decreases levels of cortisol in the blood, and cortisol is an inflammatory hormone that's involved in the fight or flight response. It's a very important hormone, and we need to have it, but we don't need large amounts of it when it's unnecessary. And so by doing breathing exercises, we can decrease cortisol levels, unnecessary amounts of it anyway.